I'm Lance Yelvington, and welcome to CyberCountry. Lisa Torres isn't the typical country artist. In fact, you get that impression just by looking at her. But give her a chance to sing, and you see what sets her really out from the rest of the crowd. Let's find out more about Lisa Torres in this CyberCountry Minute.
My name's Lisa Torres, and I'm from California, and now I live in Nashville. Actually, when I was about 9 years old, I had a friend in 4th grade whose family was really into country music, and they listened to like Garth Brooks and George Strait and Reba McEntire. And so I would go over there after school all the time and listen to everything that they were listening to over there. And I slowly started bringing it to my house because my parents didn't listen to country. We listened to everything but country. So growing up, I didn't, like at a really young age, I didn't hear a lot of that. But so it wasn't until like late elementary school that I got into it. I listened to it, actually. I mean, that's really all it took. I think that a lot of people don't take the time to actually listen to the songs and listen to the lyrics and some of the amazing talent that's out there, the storytellers. And I just loved that you can tell so many different stories. It's not like pop where everything's about love and everything's, about surface, and I really liked that you could get a lot deeper into people's souls and get to know some of the writers and some of the artists who are writers. So that's what drew me to the country.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, when I was listening to your songs, the 4 that are online, what I heard were influences from everybody like Tammy Wynette to Linda Rondstadt to even the Eagles.
Yeah.
Any truth in that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I grew up listening to everything. We listened to Elvis, Nat King Cole, Aretha Franklin. I listened to like Limp Bizkit and Korn, and I listened to a ton of rap because I danced a bunch in college and high school, and classic rock, Journey. I mean, it was we listened to everything you can think of, a bunch of funk and soul stuff. So you'll hear a lot of those influences in what I do and what I write.
Well, you're talking about writing. You've won awards for writing. I mean,
I have.
This is something that not a lot of people that come to town do, or they have that kind of reputation. So,
Right.
How's that important here? I mean, do you have to take that with you to stay on for inspiration? Because every day is tough. But
It is tough, and things like that, like I consider them small awards just because it's not a Grammy or anything, but I'm very honored by it, especially because I never expected to write. So to get an award for a song that I wrote and for someone to say that it was better than other people's songs is, someone's opinion, obviously, but it's such a huge accomplishment for me because I never, ever expected to write. I always just thought I would be a singer and sing everyone else's amazing works and get to put my flair on it. But a guy that I was working with in California, he was producing a record that I was putting out. This was years ago. And he asked me if I was a writer, if I had ever written anything. I said, no, are you crazy? I can't write, So he goes, well, go home and write something and bring it back. So I went home, and I actually wrote my very first song called My Love. I wrote it in about 10 minutes. I thought it was like, okay, there's no way this can be that easy kind of thing. But it got me hooked. And so I wrote 2 more songs, and then a few weeks later took them back to him. And at that point, I didn't play an instrument or anything. So it was just me on a little tape recorder singing a melody with these lyrics that I had written. And so he was like, okay, well, you can write. We now know that. And we'll take it from there, So anytime that somebody is impressed by something that I wrote is just such an honor, more so than someone enjoying a show that I put on or hearing me sing, just because I never ever expected it. So it's always amazing to me.
So
it's one of those things that I have definitely I've grown to love it, and it's a passion of mine. And it's such a great way to express things. I always loved, in school, I loved writing stories. And so this is combining that story, story writing and speech writing. I loved writing speeches and performing speeches. Combining that with my first passion, which is being on stage and getting to perform for people. And I never thought I would love it as much as I do, and I write almost every single day. And being in Nashville, you get to write with so many amazing writers. And I was very fortunate when I first came to town. I met some really great people that I've managed to stick with, and they've had some really great success, and they've been great to me. I've grown to love them as friends, and they're a big part of my Nashville family now. So I have a gig on August 16th, actually, at Fuel. I believe it'll be at 7 o'clock, and that'll be a full band thing. And then September 5th, I'm going to be at the Rutledge. I just booked that the other day, so I love the Rutledge. I'm really excited to play there, and I haven't played Fuel yet, so it should be a lot of fun. The Rutledge should be around 6 o'clock. I'm Lisa Torres. Come on out and see me.